A perfect storm happened on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is June 30th, 2023. It is the 181st day of the year. There are 184 days left in 2023. It is the 26th Friday in the 26th week and the 10th day of summer. You got 85 days left until fall. It's sweltering outside right now. I had to bring my pig in. She was not happy. You know, I get it. Pigs are farm animals and they're used to being outside. Not my pig. She thinks she's made of paper mache and the rain and the hot weather are going to make her flake or melt. The good news is if you give her a belly rub, you instantly get in a better mood. She enjoys it and you enjoy it. I could actually make $1 million doing that. You know what? You don't need therapy. Come over and rub my pig's belly. It'll cost you $100. Today is International Asteroid Day. International Asteroid Day aims at raising awareness about the potential risk posed by asteroids and the importance of protecting Earth from such threats. This global event emphasizes the significance of international cooperation in the development of new technologies and early warning systems, and even potential space missions to prevent potential disasters. We all know that one of the theories about the dinosaurs was a global event happened. An asteroid so big hit the Earth that it basically blacked out the sun and killed all kinds of vegetation and the dinosaurs, and the only thing that survived really were the mammals that were living underground and some, other things too. I just outlined one of the largest events that ever happened on this planet millions of years ago in under 20 seconds. But yeah, that is a real threat. That's something I worry about all the time. I don't know why. It's unreasonable, it's irrational, but it still gets my motor going. All right, let's see what else June 30th has given us. 1859, French acrobat Charles Blondin crosses Niagara Falls on a tightrope. 1864, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln grants Yosemite Valley to California for public use, resort, and recreation. There's a Ken Burns documentary about all the national parks, but the one about Yosemite is very interesting. Back in the early days when this was meant to be a public area and all that, they didn't have as many laws in place, and people had all these plans just to throw up hotels and resorts all over the valley. And then, they got wind of this and some laws were passed. It was like one of them that had been up forever, which was basically a log cabin hotel type thing, that got to stand for a while and sort of run independently without much oversight. 1906, the United States Congress passes the Meat Inspection Act and Pure Food and Drug Act. 1921, U.S. President Warren G. Harding appoints former President William Howard Taft as Chief Justice of the United States. It's kind of strange. Seems like once you've been president, you're done working, or at least done in politics. You've achieved the top spot in the United States. Anything else would kind of be a demotion. I know John Quincy Adams was a senator and then president, and then after he was done being the president, in 1829, he took some time off and came back as a member of the House of Representatives in 1831 to 1848. But it just seems weird to, go to another position after you've been the president. 1934, Germany, the Night of the Long Knives. Adolf Hitler's violent purge of his political rivals in Germany takes place. In the summer of 1934, the German people had been living under the boot of Adolf Hitler for a year and a half. It only took him a few months to get rid of democracy. Freedom of the press was abolished, along with most civil liberties. Along with that, he got rid of all other political parties. The Nazi Party was all they had and all they needed, according to Adolf Hitler. Even though he was basically oppressing the entire country, he was still on shaky grounds politically. There were two different factions in the Nazi Party at the time, and they both had very different views on how things should go. On one side, you had the SA, and on the other side, you had the conservatives led by President Hindenburg, who at the time there was a chancellor and a president in Germany. Hitler being the chancellor, Hindenburg being the president. Hindenburg finally came to Hitler and said, look, this is how it's going to go, or I'm going to turn over the country to the military. Basically telling Hitler he was going to be out of power and the military would perform a political coup. So Hitler comes up with Operation Hummingbird. Nice little name for what was about to go on. It was basically a purge. The purge that took place in Nazi Germany from June 30th to July 2nd, 1934 was bloody. Adolf Hitler, who was being urged on by Hermann Göring and Heinrich Himmler, ordered a series of political executions. Now, the people who carried out most of the killings were the SS, the SD, which was a security service, and the Gestapo, the secret police. Now, there was another group called the SA, and many of those killed in the purge were leaders of the SA, including one one of Hitler's longest friends. A lot of those killed were longtime supporters of Hitler. At least 85 people died during the Night of the Long Knives, although other people say the final death toll was within 700 to 1,000 people. 1974, the Baltimore municipal strike of 1974 begins. 2021, the Tiger Fire ignites near Black Canyon City, Arizona, and goes on to burn 16,278 acres of land before being fully contained on July 30th. I know Canada's getting nailed right now with, at least for the last month or so, they've been getting nailed with fires, and the whole East Coast is just horrible air quality. It honestly seems out west here, and it's kind of early in the season, I get it, that ours aren't that bad as we've had in past years. I think we had such a wet year that a lot of the trees aren't as brittle as they normally are, and a lot of the brush. We'll see how that holds up come August. Movies released on June 30th, 2000, The Perfect Storm. This is a disaster drama based on Sebastian Junger's 1997 nonfiction book of the same name, detailing the Andrea Gale, a fishing vessel caught in the perfect storm 1991. This was a true story about this boat that they just stayed out too long. Everyone else knew the storm was coming, so they started heading in. Well, the Andrea Gale was kind of on a run. They were getting good fish, and they just waited too long, and they got caught in this storm. Great cast. It had Mark Wahlberg, George Clooney, Diane Lane, John C. Reilly, Alan Payne, Karen Allen was in it, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. It's a really, really good movie. I was just looking into it. I think I'm going to watch it again tonight. It's been a while. This film was nominated for Academy Awards in the categories of Best Visual Effects and Best Sound. It lost both to Ridley Scott's The Gladiator, which I understand they're making a Gladiator 2. Interesting. Born on June 30th, 1917, Lena Horne, 20th century African-American singer and actress. She famously sang Stormy Weathers and won a Grammy Award in 1981 for her album Lena Horne, The Lady and Her Music, and appeared in films like The Wiz, Broadway Rhythm, and The Siegfried Follies. After dropping out of high school at age 16, she performed in the chorus of Harlem's famed Cotton Club. She was a political activist, and she lived to the ripe old age of 92. Dying on May 9th, 2010. Died on June 30th, 2009, we lost Harve Presnell. If you've never seen him, you missed out. He's a pretty good actor. He's an actor and singer who began his career in The Unsinkable Molly Brown. His other credits include Saving Private Ryan, Dawson Creek, and Flags of Our Father. He was also great in the movie Fargo. You ever saw the movie Fargo? He played William H. Macy's father-in-law, older gentleman, white mustache, balding. But in Saving Private Ryan, when they finally realized that Ryan's three other brothers were dead, he's the general they take the information to. And they're all, well, we can't send people looking for this one guy and all that. And he pulls out a letter from someone and reads it to him. That's him. He's a very, very good actor. He died on June 30th, 2009 at the age of 75 from pancreatic cancer at St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, and be nice to each other.